First, it was a direct that almost didn't happen. Then, it was no Joker gameplay reveal. Then, it was Animal Crossing not even appearing. Then, it was Star Fox Grand Prix probably just being a mirage. Then, Reggie Fils-Aimé retired and left Nintendo. Will March be able to save us, or have we entered the Nintendo abyss? February was a bit of a tough month for Nintendo Switch. Now, don't get me wrong, they announced plenty of exciting titles for the future, but the actual February releases, they fell a little short. It's the shortest month of the year, but still, outside of Wargroove on the first day, there wasn't a whole lot. We enjoyed Origami Shadow Edition. There's a few indie morsels that we played as well. Trials Rising has some promise, but it wasn't a great one when it comes to new titles. And as we look ahead today to March 2019, is it much better? Well, there's more days, and there is a big Nintendo published title in Yoshi's Crafted World, but Gabe, this month still has me feeling a little dry.
February was underwhelming to say the least. If you didn't have any interest in Wargroove, there just wasn't really anything new for you, and that's unfortunate. But for me at least, Zach, March is a little bit better, and we're going to get into the games. We're going to talk about every game you should care about for the month. Some of these are exciting, Zach. I won't let you disparage March the way you're disparaging February.
I gotta say, personally, I had to look real closely to see if March was, in fact, better than February.
It is.
And in my head, I was like, oh my god, March, like, this is not looking so hot. But then I looked back at February and I was like, oh dear goodness gracious, Wargroove almost wasn't even a part of the month.
Yeah, this is flames compared to February.
This has more. I will say that Nintendo, like, they have a stellar upcoming lineup, but goodness gracious, I wish they could get some momentum going before E3. And hopefully some of these games can do that. Make sure to let us know in the comments down below what game of March you are most excited for and why. We'd love to hear from you. Hit that like button if you enjoy the video and are pumped for another month of Switch potential glory. Let's start with the first day. On the first day of March, it wasn't Wargroove, but maybe Jam and Earl back in the groove can capture some similar nostalgic vibes. This game is $20 and capitalizes on the legendary duo. I would say almost as legendary as Zach and Gabe, maybe not quite.
Yo, Jam and Earl better back off. All right, I'm going to be blunt here. Do you have a single care in the world about Jam and Earl?
As creatures, as personas, no. But this game does have an interesting art style. It is bringing some third-party, I don't know, I want to say action, weirdness, nostalgia. It's bringing something to the Switch, and maybe it gives us a little bit of fun.
Yeah, some people wanted this game, right? So clearly it's happening. That's cool. I've never played Jam and Earl. I know that they are gross characters, like Jam. Yeah, it's kind of gross. Like, it's not my thing. Regardless, I mean, we'll check it out just because we check out most things that come to Switch in some fashion. We'll see how it turns out. I'm not into the art style. Yeah, this one isn't for me. I'll say that.
Well, February, March, feeling a little bit different now because February did start off so strong with a different groove. Well, it's 4 players. They've got good old Greg Johnson back at the helm for this sequel that at least some people are excited for. You can team up in co-op play to discover secret locations, hidden presents, new friends. It does have up to 4-player multiplayer, which is interesting. I don't even know who else you could be besides those true. But when they go back to Funkatron, who knows what could happen. So March is starting off with a groove, and it's also starting off with Swords and Soldiers 2 Shawarmageddon. These games were on Wii U, and I really liked them back then, the first one at least. This is the sequel. It initially came out in 2015, and now it is coming to Switcheroo. It is a side-scrolling tower defense-ish battle game with upgrades and units and fights, both against the computer and against each other. I gotta say that these ones are kind of cool. It's not gonna, it's not gonna move mountains or anything, but it may move the battle in an interesting direction.
The first time I ever heard of shawarma was during the after credit scene for Avengers.
Me too. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Since then, I see it all over the place. I'm sure.
Same. I
saw it
think
before,
Avengers
but
might have just created shawarma, and it was never a thing before then.
that is completely false. But this game is $12.74. It's got a little bit of a launch discount and may be worth a look-see. A game that we're not going to talk about is RBI Baseball 19. It comes out on March 5th for $30. Some people are saying that there's improvements. The graphics have been overhauled. They've added legends to the game. They are, trying to change the tune that has been so sad the last 2 years. I don't know, Gabe. I mean, maybe, but we're not talking about RBI Baseball. Not after
You just talked about it for a minute. All right.
Not after the last 2 Marches. Okay, let's move to March 5th, a game that I know you're excited for. Beat Cop, $15. This is a good one.
Zach, you know how much I like New York. I like my raps musics. So this game takes place in New York. You are a detective, or you start off as a cop. You're trying to make detective, and it's really fun. It's kind of dark. The story is very mature. I love the art style. Yes, it's like pixelated. It kind of reminds me a lot of Punch Club. I like the game a lot, especially for the price. $15, super good. They could have easily gotten away with $20. I'm glad it's happening on Switch. I didn't expect this. This was just a little gem that I enjoyed on Steam. Since then, it's come to other platforms as well. But yeah, I'm actually really, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it is an indie fair with a lot of flair, and Gabe is going to get his cop on, and maybe you should too. But Gabe, once that cop act wears thin, we're going to move to March 14th and Rico. $20. This is a little bit more of an intense, well, Beat Cop is intense, but I guess this one's just getting a little more up close and personal. 2 cops, 1 case, 24 hours. Can you score the bust of a lifetime?
Guys, it is my mission to get Zach to play this game with me.
Well, I think about what Rico did to Drake and Meek Mill, and I'm a little concerned.
But they're friends again.
They are, but I'm a little concerned. I hope that this doesn't... Gabe, you might just get hit with that Rico, but I promise I won't hit you.
Okay. I mean, I could take a hit from you. But regardless, we got to play Rico. I mean, it's an FPS on Switch. We don't get a lot of them. This one has co-op stuff. We got to try it, Zach. You have to. We have to get on the case.
Now, Rising Star Games has made some titles in the past, dating back to Little King's Story, if you remember that, and they've done a lot of handheld things. They also were acquired with the Thunderful Games creation. So Thunderful is a parent company that now produces such things like the SteamWorld titles, and so they are part of that whole endeavor. So I'd like to think that maybe there is something to be squeezed out of this game. It's $20. I think we got to check it out. They have daily cases, leaderboards, rewards. I mean, they're trying to put some goodness in here. You can play locally, you can play online, 2-player co-op. I will risk our friendship to try this out.
Okay, good, Zach. But if we do get hit with the Rico, you got to promise not to snitch on me.
I have a big mouth, literally and metaphorically. Okay. Funnily enough, the month is wrapping up rapidly, and we haven't even got to much big, and I guess that speaks to March here. But
Beat Cop
there are
is big.
a few.
I'm sorry.
It's not big though. It's not big.
Huge.
It's not big.
Okay.
That donut on the cover is big. Donuts could make you big. But let's go to March 20th. Chocobos Mystery Dungeon. Everybody for $40. This is a new game. There's a lot of old Final Fantasy content coming to the console, including one that we'll discuss, a big one, before the end of the month. But this is a new Chocobos Dungeon game, and you have never-ending dungeons where you can befriend monsters. The new buddy system.
Okay.
You want some new buddies?
Yeah. I want all the buddies. Can I have a buddy? Can you be my buddy?
It has 2-player action, and this is not really a franchise that either of us like, but it is a big deal from the standpoint that it's a new game, it's a third-party game, and there are definite fans of this series. Gabe, are you gonna at least give it a go?
I just want to be clear because it kind of sounded like you said that this is like a brand new game. It is and it isn't. It's Final Fantasy Fables Chocobos Dungeon, like back with gameplay enhancements and stuff like that. But it is like the same game, it's the same story and everything. So, wanted to be clear on that. Will I give this a chance? Probably not. I do like my Final Fantasy. Chocobo racing is something that I participated in heavily in one of the other games we're going to talk about soon. But no, I will not check this out.
Well, phooey. I thought we were finally getting something really good here. And yes, it is based on the 2007 Final Fantasy Fables title that initially aired on the Wii. But it is redone with enhanced gameplay. And it's on the Switch. I guess it's not as new as I thought.
It's okay. That's what you got me for. That's what I'm here for, Zach. I got you.
But there's something else coming that's not new, but it is on Switch new, and that's Unravel 2 on March 22nd. No price yet. Hopefully this one is not that much. This is actually a really charming, swell game. I'm super happy to see Yarny make his way to Switch. This is an EA affair, and from that standpoint, again, I say bravo for getting a third-party title on the platform. This one has very nice co-op. It's a very pretty game, and it's not as easy as it looks.
Okay, I was going to ask you. You've played this, right?
Yes.
Okay. I love the first one. Haven't played the second one at all. I know that co-op is the big new addition, the next big thing here. All right. Is it still fun solo? Because I didn't play Unravel 2, and I want to. Do we need to play together? Is the co-op online? Is it local only? How does that work?
It is local.
Okay.
But I like playing it solo.
Okay, so you can still have fun with it solo. Are you controlling both, like, Yarnies? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get to control both, which in some ways to me is more of an experience. It's definitely fun co-op, and that's fine. But I like the idea of you being both Yarnies and having to sort of navigate these puzzles. If you remember, like, Two Brothers, games of that sort, it's not that special in terms of your solo usage of two characters, but it does bring in different elements. And I really like the environments. I just love seeing, like, these little guys in these big worlds, dangers that aren't so dangerous to you and I, but are very, very scary to them. And just watching them kind of fling and flick all around. It's a good time. This is one that I definitely want to pick up this month.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we end up in the same room, we can play it together.
After that Rico action, I don't know. Okay,
oh, man. Shotgun Red Yarny.
We'll have to see. March 26th, Gabe, Final Fantasy VII coming to the platform. These are all jumbled, all out of order, but they are hitting slowly but surely. It looks like it's going to be about $15. Do you want to dive back?
Yes. Not for the full experience, but yes.
Okay.
I want to support this. And, just like I bought Final Fantasy IX, even though I've only played it for like an hour or two. I don't intend to fully play these games. But I want to support stuff like this because I want them to bring more Final Fantasy games to Switch, maybe in a virtual console-like price point if they bring some of the older ones that are cheaper elsewhere. I'm kind of done thinking that virtual console's happening, but if we can get the older Final Fantasy games, that would be really fun. And I love Final Fantasy VII. Is it the best RPG of all time? Absolutely not. I know that people kind of remember it with like rose-colored glasses. Like, it's not quite as good as you remember. But it's still a really quality game. It was one of the first Final Fantasy games I ever experienced growing up, so I gotta support it. If it's $15 or $20, yeah. Another $30, I don't know how I feel about that. They already got me once with that with 9.
It sure looks like it's gonna be 15. It's priced already on the Nintendo UK page, and it looks like it's gonna be 15.
Yeah, then yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, I'll support it then. Hey, third party, man, we gotta help them out.
All right, I have to be honest and say, Gabe, like we're up to our last game before we touch on some Q1 titles that might release, and I am not feeling great about this month.
Here, okay. I want to play Beat Cop. I want to mess around with Rico. I really, really want to play Unravel. I love Final Fantasy. So, hey, some of this stuff this is like a month for me, basically.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Okay.
I don't, and it's like I don't know. Like another month of this is just tough to swallow. I wish that they were able to get even a port pushed out.
That's not happening.
At some point here. I know, but
But I'm going to give you a little bit of hope. God, we're going all over the place now. All right. We got word from a PR person that Resident Evil news is coming very, very soon. As soon as next week. So what if we get one of those Resident Evil games like really soon? I know you've been like really into Resident Evil lately. You like Resident
that would be a nice boost for the month.
Yeah, so there's some hope for you yet.
All right, let's go to March 29th. Yoshi's Crafted World. Obviously, it's 60. Obviously, it's Nintendo. Obviously, it's the saving grace of the month. And hopefully, it's good. I did enjoy the demo. It's easy. That's really not the point. It's more about collecting everything, completing everything, and just seeing and experiencing the worlds that they have created. How did you feel, Gabe, about going back and forth through the stage?
It's adorable. I don't like the other side of the stage where you have to collect the little pups or whatever. That one isn't as fun for me. And yes, like the game is easy. Like the enemies aren't difficult, but it's not easy. Excuse me. It's not easy to find every collectible. I still haven't done a run where I get like absolutely everything in one like run. You got to collect all 20 of those little hearts. You got to get all the flowers, and then you also got to get the coins, the red ones. Did you get them all? I bet you did.
I did not.
I was gonna say I bet you didn't. Because there's like one that you got to hit while the train is moving towards the end of the level, and you got to get
that one. Yeah.
So, going back and doing stuff like that, it's fun. It's a different type of challenging. It's not like difficult challenging. It's just like, hey, if you miss your opportunity, it's gone. And if they continue that throughout the game, all we've played is the demo. It's super cute. It's super adorable. If you happen to have, a bunch of kids around you, wink, wink, then, you can have really fun times with this.
Well, it also is just one of those games that's like a joy to behold, and you want to see what they do. There's perspective switches, there's a ton of costumes. I like the creativity, I like the art and how everything is crafted. So I definitely am into this. I didn't enjoy the back and forth through the level really that much either. I guess it's cool to see it from the other side, but I think I'd rather just new levels. So I'm not sure how 100% I'll go, but definitely the levels I do play, I will try to collect everything because that's part of the fun. It's interesting to note, Gabe, that there is a mellow mode in this game to make things even easier.
Like Carmelo Anthony?
No, it's ELLOW, but yeah, it gives Yoshi some wings and allows him to fly through. But I really like, it is just, it's developed by Good Feel, and it gives you a good feel. I don't know if there's any more serendipitous of a pairing than that. So that is the big game of the month. It's a long way through the month. I am excited for that. Guys, anyone else out there just bummed, though, that Q1 just not doing it?
Yeah, I know, Zach, but the back end of the year is going to be mental, so...
I am more for spread. Like when you have a nice New York bagel, Gabe, you know about New York. Yeah. You spread the cream cheese around the bagel. You don't just glop on a huge bump onto one side. Yeah. But hey, that's what we got to deal with. There are a couple games that are listed at Q1, and in theory those should come out in March because that's the end of Q1. Now, one of those, Untitled Goose Game, has been delayed. That game has been pushed to later in the year, so it will not be hitting in March. A bummer, because both of us were pretty interested to see what that annoying simulator turned out to be. But Forager is supposed to be coming in Q1. That game looks good. It was highlighted recently, and it has a very clever little art style. It looks like a mix of like an old school like Game Boy Color game mixed with kind of like Terraria, Minecraft, maybe Stardew. You're building out your base, you're crafting, you're gathering, you're leveling up, learning new skills, solving puzzles, all that stuff. But it has a very cute and quirky aesthetic. It comes from Humble Bundle, and it's supposed to hit soon.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Binding of Isaac because some of those dungeons look like identical. Okay, so you already said some of these games, but they describe it as a mixture of Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Zelda, Zach. Anything that has Zelda close to it, I'm there for it. I want to check this out. It's cute. I don't know, man. It could be fun. You gather, collect, and manage resources. You're going to do all types of crafting, and you're going to build your base. I don't know. There's puzzle elements. There's dungeons. I might go ahead and give this one a go. I wish we had a price point. We don't even have a release date. We just know it's Q1, so it should hit in March.
Yes. Now, Samurai Gun 2 is another game coming in Q1 that has a window of exclusivity on the Switch. This one published by Double Fine, which is interesting. And Samurai Gun is in the vein of Towerfall, one of those very simplistic looking but super intense versus combat titles. This one with samurai instead of archers. And the sequel introduces a whole lot of new things, improved controls, new levels, new characters, and it has like a co-op, almost campaign-ish mode, which is pretty darn cool. And it has a graphic novel included in the package that you can use the touchscreen interface to pan through.
Yeah, I mean, I wish stuff like this had online multiplayer, just because you and I don't find ourselves in the same room for very often, because we like lunge at each other with like pure like ferocity when we are in the same room. So we avoid each other as much as we can. I wish we could play this together, man. It looks kind of fun. I didn't know.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you get a sword, a gun, and 3 bullets per life, and that's what you have to work with. So
From the creator of Hyper Light Drifter. Did you know that?
Yes, and it does have a lot of the same just vibes of Towerfall. So I definitely am excited for this. I hope it does hit its Q1 date, and this would lift the month considerably to me. A princess, a golem, a samurai knight, and a homeless girl. Come on. If there's never been a better quartet,
you're the princess. I'm the homeless. Just so we get that out there.
Who is the golem?
Jake.
Dang it! All right, that is March in a nutshell. You could fit all of the games that I'm excited for in a nutshell, but there's always the chance for an indie surprise or two.
You're hating.
There's always a chance. It's a rough month, Gabe.
You're hating.
I'm excited for Yoshi. That alone makes it better than February, and hopefully a few of these others turn out to be cool, whether it's Rico, whether it's a little bit of Toe Jam action. Unravel 2 will be fun. Some solid co-op stuff coming this month between Rico, Toe Jam, Unravel. Even Yoshi can be enjoyed in that way, and then after you get done loving it up, you can get done crushing it up with Samurai Gun 2 if that one hits. So let us know in the comments down below which March game you are most excited for. I don't even want to look ahead to April. Is it worse? Is it better? I'm not sure. But this is what we got to work with, and that is the month ahead. Until that time, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out. Gabe, I've got one more game for you. I don't know how I forgot this.
What is it?
Fun Animal Park on March 28th for $30. Fun for the whole family. 30 unique mini games with animal pals. You got real animals. You got puppet animals.
Okay, Zach.
You got tour mode, one match mode, solo mode. Even if you aren't playing, the game is as much fun to watch as it is to play. 2-player co-op, competitive action.
Guys,
compete to break your own record.
Do you see why we can't be in the same room? Do you see?
Compete. There's piggy racing. There's stay on the ice block as the penguin. There's kangaroo boxing. There's lemur posing. What in the heck is going on? This is what March has come to, Gabe.
No, it's not. I'm gonna play Beat Cop.
I'm losing my mind.
I'm gonna go play Beat Cop.
I'm losing my mind. Where is Mario Maker 2? E3, we need you.